ilikuwa Vision 2030, which was launched in 2008 by a team of experts na Mwai Kibaki, ambayo ili envision a Kenya which has food security, a Kenya with a good governance system, and a Kenya with 10% GDP. Lakini tukiangalia vile mambo inaendelea saa hii, the level of corruption ambavyo tuko tribal, tumekuwa divided within tribal lines, Vision 2030 imebaki tu kuwa ndoto. The second vision, EAC Vision 2050, which was envisioned by Mwalimu Julius Nyerere in 1960s. Aliambia Jomo Kenyatta, punguza wait. Aliambia Jomo Kenyatta, delay your independence. Let us delay our independence ndo sisi tushikane kama East African. Yeah. When we look at the East African community sahi, what is happening? We have seen rebels here in our country coming to form government of their countries. The other day, Dr. Kizza Besigye was abducted here, and we stand with the people of Uganda to condemn the abduction and the arrest of Dr. Kizza Besigye, na tunataka awachiliwe mara moja. The third vision ambayo nitaipitia haraka which is very important, na nataka mnisikize. It is the AU, the African Union, which was launched in 2013 by Muammar Gaddafi, ambayo ali-envision an Africa with one currency, an African with one passport without borders, an African with one visa, one currency. But what is happening right now in the AU? Juzi kulikuwa na elections pale AU, and the candidate who won was from Djibouti. In Djibouti we have 5 foreign military powers. Mnataka kutuambia tutakuwa na say na AU? Where is the AU right now wakati kuna crisis in Congo? Where is the AU right now wakati kuna crisis in Sudan? Where was the AU when Gaddafi needed it most? Now, at that time, Gaddafi was the chairman of the AU and he was also the president of Libya. No president alienda kumsaidia. So what are we learning from these 3 blueprints ambazo zilianzishwa na our forefathers? Is that these visions have been compromised. And we need to go back to the drawing board and know where we are heading as a country and also as African. Na sasa nataka nizungumzie jambo la mwisho which is very much important. We have realized that our greatest enemy is neo-colonialism. Mzungu wakati alikuja hapa, alikuja na Biblia na bunduki. The Bible to enslave you mentally, na bunduki to control you. Na leo asubuhi nilikuwa nasikia pastor wengine wanahubiri hapa, na wanahubiri na nguvu sana, na sijui ni kina nani wanawalipa sadaka. Hakuna watu wanatoa sadaka, na wanasema, nilisikiza mmoja akisema that our riches have been stored in heaven. Ati utajiri wetu sisi kama Mwafrika uko mbinguni. Na mzungu wakati alikuja Afrika alisema, don't let Africans know what is below their feet. Our minerals are being stolen in the name of religion. Kwa hivyo hiyo inanifanya nijue ya kwamba kuna watu either labda au mapasta wanagoja mshahara yao kutoka mbinguni. So lastly, nataka niseme that this is a message I'm sending to all youths in Kenya and also across all Africa. This is a wake-up call. It's our time to unite. It's our time to fight our greatest enemy. Ruto, RAILA, Gachagua, these are just drops in an ocean. Hawa watu wanakontroliwa tu hivi. So we need to take the bull by its horns. And I'm urging all youth across all Africa, let's stand up and fight for our United States of Africa.
Thank you.
We shall attain freedom at all costs.
Thank you very much. Kindly let us take 2 minutes kwa sababu watu ni wengi. Watu ni wengi, dakika mbili. Dakika mbili tafadhali. 2 minutes.
Bunge la Mwananchi.
Nitakuita.
Hello.
Wenzako.
Now,
maybe you don't know how we operate here. Mfundishe. Haya, tukue na order.
fellow members, my name is Felix Mwenda. I come from Meru County. Now, allow me to speak in regards to the foreign policy, which we have all been speaking about the whole time that we came here. Listen, the foreign policy that we all have been advocating for and saying that William Ruto has been fighting for, allow me to diverge you deep into why William Ruto is in bed with General Hemedit of Sudan, the leader of RSF. This is the reason. Sudan has been having two generals for the longest time, and General Hemedit was empowered by Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the country that has been funding what? The war in Sudan. Our President William Ruto, was exposed by an ambassador of Sudan last year, 2024, where the ambassador claimed that President William Ruto has been doing business in transaction with the said General Hemedit, where he has been acquiring, Sudan, the mineral that they export most of the time is petroleum. So he has been exporting petroleum, which is said to be using for his said company, the company that he runs in Uganda, and the current company that is won the tender to distribute jet fuel at JKIA and the military planes. Now, tell me, this guy, allow me to speak. Allow me to speak. Wajani niongee. So, Mr. President is in business with General Hemedit. He supplies him with weapons where he receives the said petroleum at a cheaper price. Are we together? Huwa anafanya biashara na huyu general. Ndio maana nakubali mkutano unafanyika hapa. Na yeye bado unajua hawezi pinga vita ambavyo vinaendelea kule Sudan. Sababu gani? Rais William Ruto Rais William Ruto ako katika biashara na nchi ya Saudi Arabia, nchi ya Uarabuni. He is in business with Saudi Arabia. If you do your due diligence right now, you will realize that President William Ruto has bank accounts worth trillions of money in Saudi Arabia. So if Saudi Arabia is funding Sudan, how will President William Ruto attack the war in Sudan, yet ameficha pesa yake huko? He has to fund what is going on there, ndio aendelee kunufaika. Tuko pamoja. Now, as I complete, tuambieni wale wote ambao mnaunga serikali mkono. Didi Nyoro is the budget chair, si ndio? Juzi ametuambia that the time that we have been here, the country, in the last 2.5 years, the country has borrowed 7.3 trillion. Tuko pamoja? Hiyo ni miaka 2.5. Nchi imeomba pesa 7.3 trillion. Let me ask. Didi Nyoro told us that the said amount of money, only 1.2 trillion, could be used to make roads over 20,000 kilometers. Mtuambie, hii pesa 7.3 trillion, budget ya hii mwaka ni ya pesa ngapi? Now, the budget of this year is 4.3 trillion. If that money ingekuwa inaingia kwa mifuko ya Wakenya and circulation would be going well, we would be very far as a country. So, Chebukati apumzike salama.
You are very informative. Thank you very much. Dakika mbili tafadhali.
Haya. All right. All right, Bunge hoye. Bunge hoye. Now, first of all, is to pass my condolences to the family and the entire nation for losing Wafula Chebukati. Well, Wafula Chebukati was a good man, but we know he compromised 2022 elections, and therefore, everything that you do in this world has a compensation. Today, Kenyans are suffering because of a discretion that was made by one man, Chebukati. But the Lord has fought for us as Kenyans. Sivyo. Number two, I want to say this. We have seen ignorance at the highest peak, more than ever before. Imagine, we had the AU elections the other week. The president went with a delegation of over 200 members of parliament from Kenya, but we lost it. What a disgrace we are bringing to this nation. What a disgrace, Mr. President. You cannot tell me you use all these billions of shillings when the SHA you introduced is not working, and we have seen the committee of actually private sectors hospitals. They are actually giving, the ultimatum that coming next week they are going for, they will not be accepting SHA. Now the Kenyans are where? We are suffering in desperation, but the president is busy, he's so spendthrift with our money. And as taxpayers, we are so much disappointed by the discretions the president is making. Every day, we pay for these advisors, the economic advisors. What are they doing? Moses Kuria, the only thing he knows is to throw Dindi Nyoro. I want to tell you, Moses Kuria, it is true. You're from the mountain and you're favored by the president now that he has given you a position of advisory in the economic. But I want to tell you, one son of the mountain, that is Honorable Dindi Nyoro, has been one of the sharpest economic mind in this nation. But we have realized the president is always outdoing these sharp minds because he don't want to be challenged. But here from Bunge la Mwananchi, we want to tell you, Mr. President, we are so much disappointed as Gen Zs. We are so much disappointed as a nation because Kenyans are suffering. The hospital SHA is not working. Our students in the universities are...
Now, in regards to foreign policy, I feel Kenya is a bigger country compared to our strategic partners. Kenya positions itself in a better place in terms of progressive democracy and in terms of development. The problem we have with William Ruto is playing favorites with these factions. William Ruto should be a neutral arbitrator to the issues facing Sudan. Playing favorites is like a parent who picks another child over another child when solving an issue. When Kibaki solved the issue of other countries, when Kagame solved issues of other countries, they were fair players and they were neutral players. Our foreign policies does not promote Kenya's interest. Interestingly, our government is called Kenya Kwanza. If you turn it to Kimombo, it is Kenya first. Our foreign policy does not put Kenyan interest first. For example, when it comes to the application of visa to the United States of America, a lot of us here pay a lot of money, $200 plus, so that we can go to America. The acceptance rate is 20%. That money is never refunded to our people. This is a clear indication that Kenya is in the business with the United States of America. Kenya is the country that supports the US embassy, because if the acceptance rate is low, then the logic states that most people who don't get the chances should be refunded. Our foreign policy in regard to the DRC, in regards to Sudan and the Somali border, does not put Kenya interest first. William Ruto, in anticipation of winning 2027 election, he has opened the Somalia border. The Somalia border is not a political issue, it's a border issue. It occurs a lot of people who coincidentally are Al-Shabaabs are from a certain region that they usually cross Kenyan border. That's why the Kenyan border had been crossed, and the vetting of the people coming from Somalia to Kenya, it has been put 4 times than a normal Kenyan, because this is putting Kenyan first. We are putting our security first, and we are protecting our own interests. William Ruto playing with our border issue so as to get ahead in 2027 is a pathetic foreign policy. Most of us here are using phones, And interestingly, most phones probably that Samsung or iPhone. A strong foreign policy that puts Kenya first could be something like forcing these companies like Samsung or iPhone to establish companies here in Kenya. In return, we will raise our revenue. In return, a lot of us, whom all of you, most of us, are unemployed, will get jobs. Having done that, such policies will make us to go ahead and be better. In regard to the AU election, well, that was African leaders voting a no for Kenya. William Ruto has castigated our Kenya position. We are fighting, we're being fought from all fronts. Okay.
Order, let's
One
give the
minute,
member.
1 minute, 1 minute.
You are protected, sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you. We are being fought from all fronts. We are being fought by the SADC. We are being fought by Rwanda. We are being fought by Sudan. William Ruto, being weak, has exposed Kenya and make us...
Honorable member and your committee, kindly.
Okay. And has make us very vulnerable to other position. As I finish, it will be unfair for me to talk to you today and not discuss about the 2027 election. Well, to my low brothers, I have heard some of you say that we are in government. You are lying to ourselves. You are not in government. RAILAS in government, Joe is in government, Buddy in government. You are here. You are in Bunge la Mwananchi. You are not in government. If we continue this kind of mindset as we go to 2027 elections, we are going to lose this. We need to put our own grievances aside. The hatred that you want to put against tribe, let us put aside. And 2027, let us vote overwhelmingly against one candidate, and that is William Ruto. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, member. And kindly, senior members, be telling our new members the standing order.
Professor is now talking. Honorable members, good evening. Good evening, Professor. Bunge Ria. Bunge Power. Bunge Power. Now listen and listen well. This man now should be sitting down. Put your things down. Put your balls down. Let them not be hovering around and about. I want to tell you, Kenyans, that there is this discussion, there is this discourse running around social media concerning the death of Mzee Chebukati. Let me tell you, because in one way or the other, you are a political toddler. And a political toddler doesn't know where the world goes. Yes. A political toddler will be taking village politics into this forest. Quite unfortunate. In 2017, the late Chebukati carried out, according to me,
and here hakuna ingine niko nayo ni hiyo sikiza.
Members, let us not be intimidative, okay? Tuache mtu akisimama hapa kama nini, kama una heckle utakuja useme yako.
We are being treated to Ruto drama here, that he knows peace, that he has very good foreign policies and all that. President William Ruto, foreign policy is bringing foreigners in our country. That is his foreign policy. Whatever the guy who had the whisk here, and I think ile ng'ombe ilikufa na hiyo mkia iliheshimiwa kushida. Sorry for that. Huwezi kuja hapa kutuambia, when people come here and announce to go and fight their country, you tell us that they are making peace. You are comparing them with peace agreements that were done by President Kibaki and President Uhuru Kenyatta. There is no comparison, because when John Garang was in this country, they were making peace. But in this case, people are coming in a whole building that is built by Kenyan money to come and announce, to go and destabilize their own country. And you allow them to make it, to do the announcement in this country. That was very wrong. That is painting our country in the wrong way. We had the guys from M23 some other time. They came in this country. The president of DRC requested President, can you arrest those rebels for me? He didn't. What is happening in Congo now? Bloodshed. So I think our president need to be recorded and told what is right. There was a president in Uganda called Idi Amin. He went to his cabinet and told the cabinet that I want to change the name of Uganda and call it Id. One minister in his cabinet had a dissenting voice, but respectively. He told the president, do you know of a country called Cyprus? He asked him, what do we have to do with Cyprus in this case? He told him, the people of Cyprus are called Cypriots. So when we call Uganda Id, Ugandan people will be called idiots. So just think of a case of a president who is not being advised correctly. He changed the name and said, let me change the name of the country and call it Ruto. We'll be called Ruto. So in this case, our president is getting the wrong counsel if he's being cancelled. If he dares to listen, let it listen from this forum that the country is not happy with whatever he is doing. We have lost our regional reputation, and that worked too much for one Raila ODINGA to lose the seat that he was fighting for. Because our regional disorganization is the one that caused Mr. Raila ODINGA. Please, in all due respect, can our president be told, if you cannot do anything to this country, just leave our country in peace, let our friends remain our friends, don't antagonize us. You can antagonize our economy, our education, our health, leave the region to us. We look for our brothers and tell them, we mean well. Just come, let's talk, let's agree. But when it comes to issues of international nature, the way he is trying to do these days, it will not going to work well to this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being precise. I think let us take only 2 minutes because vijana ni wengi sana hapa.
Okay.
Watu wakae tu chini. Nimesema maki.
Mimi. Okay, sawa.
So let's give Ganga these 2 minutes kindly.
Bunge power.
Power.
Bunge power.